Welcome back everybody. We're sneak peek in the Vin's kitchen where I'm going to show you how we're not going to use the boring old expensive pine nuts and we're going to use beautiful walnuts that is going to take this pesto dish to the next level. Come on guys. Okay, as promised, I'm going to deliver on what I'm going to do today, which is going to be the most amazing pesto that you're going to experience. So the reason that we are doing this recipe is because in Southeast Asia, pestos are so expensive. You wouldn't believe, and we buy stuff all around the world in the supermarket and we spend tons of dollars. So I'm going to show you a wonderful recipe how you're not going to use pine nuts, because pine nuts are difficult to get. They're not from this part of the world, so you can use loads of alternatives. Cashew nuts, ground nuts, walnuts, almonds, there's so many things. And we're going to use not a food processor, but this good old pestle and mortar. So let me show you how. There's two versions you can do this. One is the vegan version, which the vegan version does not contain parmesan, and the other one is the vegetarian version, where the vegetarian version contains parmesan. Both are equally good. You decide which one you're gonna like better. So come on down, Victor. I want you to pan down and see what are all the ingredients we have. Here we have candied walnuts, and these candied walnuts are slightly coated with acacia rainforest honey and oven baked to give you that crispy goodness, and you can also just eat this on their own. Secondly, you have semi-dried tomatoes. They're not 100% full dried tomatoes, so you still retain the moisture. Then we have good old extra virgin olive oil, cold pressed, that retains the natural properties of the oil that will make sure the dish is luscious and savory. Sarawak black pepper, the good old Sarawak black pepper that we're going to use, and hydroponic basil. That the reason we use hydroponic basil because it intensifies the flavor. Grown indoors is the full properties of everything that you controlled moisture, controlled nutrients, controlled sunlight, and bathing in that, and it's called full spectrum light, of course, that gives you that beautiful punchy basil. So come on over. Here we got pecorino romano you can use, or you can use grana padano, or you can use parmesan. Pecorino is basically sheep's milk and parmesan is basically cow's milk. They're both aged and it's gonna blow your mind. So let's look down here. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna get the basil. We're gonna wrap up this basil here. Very simply, we're going to wrap up this basil using a knife, tucking in your hands. We are going to let the knife do the work, and we're going to shave this basil nicely. You don't have to get it perfect. I mean, even if you can chop it like that, you can chop it like this. There's no hard and fast rule about how you want to make beautiful dishes. So what we're going to do, we're going to put this basil inside here in this pestle and mortar. Then what we're going to do, this semi-dried tomato, we're going to be putting this in here as well. And the proportion, what you want to do, you want to do about 3 tablespoons of this, 2 tablespoons of that. And then what we're going to do, we're going to put some of these walnuts in, and these walnuts are loaded with flavor. The acacia rainforest honey that we get here is immensely beautiful, and what it's going to do is going to add that touch of sweetness and that umami-ness, which is that 6th flavor where you don't need MSG, you just need good quality products. So if you come down here, what we're going to do, using this thing at the back of it, we're going to sort of crush this guy. And what's going to happen by crushing this guy is we're going to release all the oils and the flavors from the basil. So the step to using this, guys, what you need to do is you're not mixing it like this. First, you're just bruising it. And when you bruise it, you're going to get all that essential oils out. And while doing that, we need to season as we go. So here we're going to add that black pepper, and that black pepper is going to give you the kick of spice. Remember, you got the sugar, the honey. So you got the black pepper, you got a little bit of salt. You don't want to put too much salt because already the semi-dried tomatoes contains all that rich nutrients and salt. And remember, to combine this into a paste, the one most important element is the olive oil. And here we're going to use extra virgin olive oil. And can you see how luscious that looks? And this is cold pressed, so it's so good for you. Of course, in moderation, it's good for you. And if you look in that, Victor, can you see? I want everyone at home to see what I see and to smell what I smell, that amazing flavor. So this on its own with the salt, Himalayan pink salt, with the semi-dried tomatoes, with the basil, is going to give you a beautiful vegan pesto. So now, if you want to make a difference, and if you're not vegan and you want to do something different, then this is when you're gonna add this bad boy in. And what we're gonna do, if you can go down there, Victor, is we're going to add this beautiful Pecorino Romano cheese, which has been aged. And what's gonna happen is, this is going to be turned into an amazing vegetarian pesto that your friends are gonna love, and they're gonna know that they're gonna just eat this. And you can do tons of things with this. You can turn this, top it off on a steak. You can put it in a sandwich on some grilled meat. You can put it into a pasta. You can put it on fish. There are tons of recipes that you can do stuff with this. And I tell you, everybody's going to be wondering, hey, what's going on, and what's all this flavor, and where is it coming from? And because you have not cooked down this dish, you are left with an amazing, amazing pesto. And I tell you, just look at that. With a spatula, the pesto, the consistency, the texture is just amazing. I'm just gonna have a little taste to check if the seasoning is on point. So we're gonna just try it to see. Oh, it smells, the aromatics are amazing, they're gorgeous, they're superb. Wow. There you have it. A bit more. There you have it. Almost there. A beautiful Parmesan, Pecorino, walnut pesto pasta that is going to blow your mind. Try it at home. Try to use the natural way, using a pestle and mortar, because what happens when you use a pestle and mortar, it doesn't apply heat. And when it doesn't apply heat, you're going to get all those natural flavors inside, and you're not going to overcook the dish. So try this at home. Join me in Navin Karu Food Revolution, going back to basics, making food from the heart, here at the Vin's Kitchen. See you soon. Signing out. Ciao.